How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Check This Out. I hope that you are doing very well. Today on Check This Out, we will be continuing our How Not to Cook series, featuring the one, the only, Kay, from the Kay's Cooking Channel. Out of all the dishes that Kay has made, I do not believe that there is one that has incited more reaction, more laughter, more commentary, and yes, even more ridicule than her video titled A Different Spaghetti Bolognese. And the operative word here being different. And boy, is it different. I mean to tell you that if you look up the word different in the dictionary, it says, see Kay's Spaghetti Bolognese. You see, Kay being a part of the culinary avant-garde is enough of a rebel to blaze her own culinary path, to hold her chin high in the face of ridicule and tell the rest of the world, hey, up yours. So let all those people laugh and ridicule all they want. Last time I checked, Kay's Spaghetti Bolognese video had over 825,000 views, and 825,000 viewers can't be wrong. At least I don't think they can. Just try to imagine, if you can, 825,000 of those gracing the kitchens of America. Take that, Cinnamon Toast Ken and all you scoffers. Results like that speak for themselves, and very loudly. Today will be my 5th try at trying to make a dish that comes out looking like Kay's, and I don't mind telling you that this dish will be the toughest culinary task that I've taken on. Ladies and gentlemen, this dish is stuff of legend. There have been thousands of YouTube thumbnails featuring this bolognese. There are t-shirts, hats, and other apparel displaying this culinary wonder of the world. Okay, enough. Let's just get over to Kay and see how she makes her different spaghetti bolognese, and then head over to the kitchen ourselves and try our hand at making a bolognese. It may not be different enough for Kay, but I believe it will at least be edible. So let's get cracking.
Hi people, and I'm back cooking again, and today I'm going to be doing a different form of spaghetti bolognese.
A different form, okay.
As you can see, I've got a few things that I'm going to do. Like I said, it's a different one. So I'm going to, first of all, get a bit mixed up. I need a bit. And I've got some spaghetti sticks here.
We've got some spaghetti sticks.
Or spaghetti, whatever you want to call them.
Spaghetti sticks, and I'm not sure about what's going on with the eggs because I have never made a spaghetti bolognese with eggs in it. She said it's going to be different, so let's carry on. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, I must apologize. I have a feeling I must have loaded the wrong video. This must be meatloaf or something. This could not possibly be spaghetti bolognese. Well, I guess there was no need to apologize because look right here, this is the correct video. I just didn't think there was any way that she could be making spaghetti bolognese, but let's carry on and find out.
I've got, I don't know if you can see in this dish, I've got some spaghetti sticks, or spaghetti
sticks,
whatever
like
you want to call it. Grab the sticks, grab the soggy mincemeat, and put it round the sticks. And have another go, give it another good mix. I think I'm going to put 2 eggs in. Like that. Put it in. Put mincemeat round it. Right, as you can see, this is exactly how it is. I don't think I'm supposed to have put the...
What is that? What is that? What is that? It looks like, Kate, what have you done? It looks like you've disemboweled the scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz. It looks like some type of scarecrow roadkill. Well, she said it was going to be different, and she ain't lying about that. Let's see some more.
Tomato on as he did it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in the oven for about 20 minutes. Because then when they come out, then I've got to put the onion in. And as you can see, I've peeled and top and tail the onions. So what I'm going to do.
Gotta say, her knife skills have gotten better.
I'm going to sprinkle the onion on, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. This is how it's said to do it. Sprinkle them all over. Where did that go? There.
It's burnt. Not only did you kill the scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz, now you've torched him. Or that may be the broom from the Wicked Witch of the West from the Wizard of Oz after it's been burnt. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I know the tops look a bit burnt, but you did see me putting the juice on. So that's the onion. Right, and then it says, oh, I can't open this. Then it said, that's big. It said any spices of your choice. So
any spices of your choice. And it looks like it's probably parsley.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. And then it said,
well, Kay's not one that's known for seasoning, but at least she did something.
Onions, whichever you want me to say. Yes, I'm going to open a tin of tomatoes as well because it needs to be all covered. Right, so yes, I've got tomatoes. That's it. That's the tomatoes, so that's going to go back in the oven for another half an hour to cook the onions, and then, but it should be okay.
That is not any kind of spaghetti bolognese. This is a spaghetti bolognese. This is a different spaghetti bolognese. And here is even another different spaghetti bolognese. This here looks like something that the dog puked up just before it died. I can't believe this.
Lee's coming to do the taste test.
This has got to be child abuse.
So let's see what it tastes like.
It's burnt on the bottom. It's burnt on the bottom.
Yeah,
That's fine.
probably, yeah.
Listen to the crunching.
Why don't you try to be that in burnt then?
What bit?
That bit on that side. No, other side.
That
That's
bit.
it, yeah.
Lots
That's a lot softer, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a little bit harder to put
He's
out.
still chewing.
That's not that bad then. That'll be medium.
Onion should be crunchy.
It should be crunchy.
Crunchy, good.
Yeah. Then the minced meat.
And minced meat should be.
I have never had crunchy
You've done
spaghetti
twice,
bolognese.
Alright, thumbs up.
Oh, thumbs up.
Good.
This is so different of a spaghetti bolognese that it's not even spaghetti bolognese
Like you
anymore.
said, crunchy in places.
You
Obviously
think so?
A lot of it got done. I did it exactly as it was put, but I think I put so much juice in it, but it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter. Well, I guess that sums up Kay's cooking in general. What I want to know, has her taste buds been seared with a hot branding iron? Has she ever been to a restaurant and tasted proper food? Has she ever seen proper food on a cooking show? This is a crime against food. Okay, I may be being a little bit hard on Kay. She is a sweet lady. I really love her channel. She gives me endless hours of laughter. But let's get over to the kitchen, see if we can attempt a different spaghetti bolognese. Okay, here we go. Time to get started. Let's start off with the all-important meat. There I have 1 pound of fresh ground homemade Italian sausage. Usually bolognese requires ground beef, ground veal, ground pork, or some combination thereof. But hey, this is supposed to be a different spaghetti bolognese, so by God, that's what we're going to have. Second is 1 28-ounce can of San Marzano tomatoes. These are whole tomatoes. I believe San Marzano from that region has the best tomatoes, but you can use whatever canned tomato you happen to have at the store. Then we're going to take 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Now let's get started on our aromatics. These are all finely diced. 3/4 cup of diced carrot, 3/4 cup of diced celery, and 3/4 cup of diced onions. Now we're going to take 4 tablespoons of butter, 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of dry white wine. Then we're going to take 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of dried basil, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. Also, we have some fresh nutmeg, about 1/8 of a teaspoon of that, salt, pepper to taste. I'm going to start off with about half a teaspoon of black pepper, about 1 teaspoon of salt, and then we'll adjust it to taste. Then don't forget the all-important spaghetti sticks. Gotta have spaghetti sticks. And that should be just about everything that we need to get started. So let's get over to the stove, or the hob as it would be in Kay's case, and get this thing going. First thing we're going to start off with is our oil. Get that warmed up. About a tablespoon of olive oil and 4 tablespoons of butter. Get that nice and hot, then we'll start adding our onions. Okay, now our oils are nice and hot. First thing we want to do is start off with our 3/4 cup of onion. And we're going to saute that in there for probably about 5 minutes till the onions become translucent. I'm also going to put a teaspoon of salt in there just to help draw the moisture out of those onions a little bit. Okay, they're not quite ready, and we'll let that go a little while longer. Looks like our onions are starting to soften up a bit there. Let's go ahead and add the rest of our aromatics. 3/4 cup of carrots and 3/4 cups of celery. Now we want to toss those in the oil and butter for about 2 or 3 minutes. This recipe takes a pretty long cooking time, so they're going to get nice and soft. We just want them to saute a little bit and release some of the aromatics into our mixture here. I forgot to mention it in the opening sequence. I'm also going to add about a tablespoon of minced garlic. Yeah, that's what cooking's all about. This is supposed to be a different spaghetti bolognese, so you know, I found that out in cooking. When I looked at a lot of different recipes for bolognese, they vary widely, and I think it comes down to just, you know, really what people like. All right, we'll stir that for a couple more minutes, then we'll make our next addition. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my herbs in here. So we're going to take 1 tablespoon of basil, 1 teaspoon of thyme, and 1 teaspoon of oregano. Let that mix in and hydrate a little bit. Smells really good already. Okay, let's go ahead and get our meat in there. We want to keep working that and chop it pretty fine as it starts to cook. And we want to cook that until it loses all of its raw color. Now what we want to do here is turn our heat as low as it will go. Pour the milk in. And we're going to simmer this for about an hour until all of the liquid has disappeared. We just want the sweetness of the milk proteins in there. So we're going to leave that uncovered. And we're going to cook it down until none of the milk is left. Okay, 1 hour later, as you can see, the milk is all evaporated. There's a little bit of our oil left in there, but the milk is all gone. So now at this point, what we want to do, take our 1 cup of wine, and about 1/8 of a teaspoon fresh ground nutmeg. That's probably pretty good. Give that a stir. Now I'm going to turn the heat back up just to get it back up to a boil. And then I'm going to reduce it to a simmer again. We're going to go about another hour to 1 hour and 15 until all of the wine is completely absorbed, and it looked like it did after the addition of the milk after we simmered it. Pretty much dry. And we'll check back on it about another hour. Well, it's been about 45 minutes, and as you can see there, pretty much just have the oil left. All the wine has simmered off, so now we're going to add our next ingredient. I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Yeah, that really helped dry it up nice. Now we're ready for our tomatoes. I took a 28-ounce can of San Marzano tomatoes. These were whole tomatoes, so I just poured them in a bowl and just crushed them up with my hands. Now we want to get this mixed through, bring it back up to a boil again, and then reduce it to the slowest simmer as you can get it, because you really want this, you really want Bolognese to be kind of dry. You don't really want it as a wet sauce. It's going to be kind of like, I don't know, just meat coated in like a tomato type paste is what we're looking for. This could take anywhere from 1 hour to 3 hours, depending. All you gotta do is really just keep an eye on it. If it gets too dry before your simmering time's up, if you want to go 3 or more hours, you might have to add a 1/2 cup of water. But if you do, then you need to keep simmering until it dries out again. We want it to kind of look like it did after the addition of the milk and the addition of the wine. Okay, I'll let that come up to temperature, and we'll reduce it down to a simmer, and we'll check back on it and see how we're doing. It's been about 2 hours, and I think that's about as far as I want to take it. As you can see there, it's really not coming back together too much. It's a nice thick Bolognese. I think that'll work. I mean, it's certainly no K's, and I think that's a good thing. All right, let's get it plated up now. See what it looks like. There we have it. A different kind of spaghetti bolognese. Not quite as different as K's, but I think just different enough to still be edible. All right, what we need to do now is take some freshly grated Parmigiano-Reggiano, put that right over the top. Maybe a little bit extra. Can't have enough Parmigiano-Reggiano. There we go. And that's it. So I really want to thank you once again for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and have something to eat here. Stay safe, everybody. And I'll see you next time on Check This Out.